always talking about the negative sides of healing and the negative effects of healing, but nobody seems to be talking about the positive sides. Welcome or welcome back. It's your favorite mental health specialist, Ty Guidance, and yes, that is what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Now, with that being said, because there's no right or wrong way to heal yourself, always and only take what resonates as well as leave the rest. So if it doesn't apply, it's not for you. Do not force it, let it fly. But most importantly, grab your pens, grab your paper, and be prepared to take notes. In this video, we're going to go over and discuss the positive sides to healing, the positive effects of healing, as well as some recommendations, reminders, some disclaimers, and what you should be expecting and what you should be aware of. Starting off with the disclaimers, if there is a negative side to life, there is a positive side to life. Now, of course, when you're used to negativity and negative mindsets and things that are just not positive, automatically you limit yourself. And when you limit yourself and when you experience blockages, you feel stagnant, you feel delayed, you don't feel worthy, you feel inadequate, and it causes you to not move forward and to see that there is a positive side, to see that you can overcome your trials and tribulations. So you need to be mindful that the same way that there's bad and, let's just say, low vibrational energy, there's the same way there's positive and high vibrational energy. In order for you to experience the positive sides, you have to accept that sometimes you feel negativity and that negativity does exist. But just because it exists doesn't mean that you have to stay there or that you have to resonate with that energy or that you have to allow people and places and things outside of you or even yourself to project or deflect that onto you. The second thing you need to be aware of is that being positive is a choice. The same way you're choosing to watch these videos, especially all the way to the end, is the same way you have to choose to be positive and to uplift yourself and to heal yourself. So the same way we choose to be negative because we're taught and shown and exposed is the same energy and effort it takes to be positive. And so many people like to say, oh, well, it's easier to be negative. It's easier to be a hater. It's easier to not support people. Yeah, to people who want to be negative or to people, who may not understand that you don't have to be, but once you understand, once you watch these videos, once you become aware and equipped, you can't make excuses. So you're either going to choose to be negative or you're going to choose to be positive. But over here, we choose to be positive, and that's just the vibe. Third thing you need to be aware of is that as you're becoming aware that positivity is a choice and that positivity exists, you have to start surrounding yourself with people who you deem as positive. This doesn't mean that just because you're having a bad day or that you're going through something or people are going through things doesn't disqualify them as being a positive person, but overall. So overall, when you're around certain people, places, and things, including yourself, do you feel safe? Do you feel seen? Can you be heard? Can you be your true self? Are you being judged? Are you being shamed? You need to evaluate your surroundings and yourself, because when you surround yourself with people who are negative, and let's just say you're a positive person, you'll subconsciously think what they say and what they do is true, or you might just become influenced by them. Or anytime you have positive ideas or you think highly of yourself, you'll limit yourself, you'll shrink. You won't allow it to be able to express yourself because you're around people who judge you, who shame you, because they don't feel that way about themselves. So it's really important that when being positive, you start implementing positivity. You start making sure you're having positive conversations. You watch things that are positive. This doesn't mean, that people don't find things to be entertaining or that you have to be Mother Teresa, but it's like, make sure you practice what you preach. And if you want certain things to be in your life, you have to surround yourself with those things. So the fourth thing you need to be aware of when embracing and knowing that positivity exists and reaping the benefits of being positive is just continuing to do things that make you feel good about yourself and surrounding yourself with people who make you feel good to be in their company and vice versa. Like continuing to do things that don't drain your energy, continuing to watch things that pour into you, surrounding yourself with people who educate you, motivate you, like continuing to focus your time, your energy, and effort to things that make you feel good. Like, that don't make you feel sad all the time. That don't make you feel depressed all the time. They don't make you feel confused or anxious or worried. So now, lastly, because I think that was a fourth disclaimer, when it comes to being positive, you have to cut off the things that are not. The moment you feel like something or someone is not positive and you've given them grace and they're not willing to change or they don't want to be, you have to accept certain people for who they are. Everybody's not as positive as you and I, especially me, okay? All TL shade. And that's okay. Some people don't want to be, some people are afraid, and some people just are going to do what they want to do. Once you realize that certain people are not as positive, loving, confident, respectful, you don't have to shame them. You don't have to look down on them. You don't have to turn your nose up. You don't have to judge them. But you just accept them for who they are. If they want to do the work, they'll do the work. If they want to seek assistance, they'll seek assistance. But it's like, you can't change people. You can't force people. All you can do is be an example. And if they're meant to change and do right, they will. If not, love them from a distance. This doesn't mean that you don't have to stop loving people or that you don't ever have to care about people. But I'm letting you know right now, as you are embracing this new beginning and accepting your new identity and elevating and leveling up, anything or anybody who is not compatible with you is going to cause problems. It's going to be considered to be a distraction. It's going to cause tension, hostility. And it's just like, you don't have time to be saving people and doing things, especially when certain people, places, and things have a certain level of awareness or decided not to. Once you realize that certain people are not genuine, you're not going to go back and forth with them. You're going to be genuine. Like I said, you're going to focus on the things that are focusing on you, and then you'll start to be around the people and the places and things who have the same energy. So now, what are the recommendations? What are the positive effects of healings that nobody seems to be talking about? Number one, when you heal yourself, your life becomes easier. People think that you have to struggle and suffer in order to live life. That's not the only way to live life. This doesn't mean that you may have not struggled and suffered previously, but it's like, once you struggle and suffer, eventually you learn the lessons. Eventually you realize what you needed to do, what you had to stop doing, and you make better choices. It's so simple. Like, when you start to make better choices and you choose to do the right thing, your life will become easier. Like, this doesn't mean that you're not going to go through things in life, but you know how to handle them. You're not bent out of shape. You're not being stuck and stagnant. You're not allowing the obstacles to knock you out. Like, the things that we go through are to build us. And it's like, you can't say that you want to be a heavy hitter. You can't say you want to be strong. You can't say you want to be that girl and you're not actually equipped. This is why people talk about certain things versus what they do. Your energy has to match your words. Your words have to match your actions. Your actions have to match your reality. And if it's not on alignment, it has to catch up. The positive sides of you healing is letting go of any ideologies and beliefs and limitations that no longer resonated with you, rather because you genuinely thought that way about yourself or with something you were exposed to and deflected and projected on. Like, once you cut off all the negative people and places and things who are draining you, you could have room to think. You won't have social anxiety. You won't be so anxious. You won't be so paranoid. You'll be able to sit with yourself. You'll be able to heal. You'll be able to grieve. You'll be able to think for yourself, which means you could create the life that you want, which means you could go to the jobs and opportunities and environments that are in alignment with you. Like, you don't have to explain yourself to nobody. You don't have to prove yourself to nobody. And if you're like myself, you're getting back to who you know you're meant to be. When we go through trauma in life, it does change us. It does, psychologically, emotionally, physically, financially. Like, yes, you'll never be who you used to be, but in your core, in your essence, when you're destined to be someone or to do something, it will revert its way back to you because it's meant for you. So it's like, you may have been rerouted. You may have, stumbled across the path that maybe you didn't want to be on. But that's why it's so important to be grateful, which is another positive effect to healing, that you get the opportunity to change. You get the opportunity to do better. A lot of people do not get second chances in life. A lot of people do not get the opportunity to change their life around, to be fortunate and to be blessed, to overcome certain circumstances, because with our consequences come permanent actions. Like, a lot of people make choices they don't realize it affects you. And it's like, speaking from experience, the positive sides of healing is that you'll have the time and the energy and effort, but it's like, you can't go backwards. We can't rewrite what we did. All we can do is rewrite what we're doing now. So it's just like you'll learn to be grateful. Learn to be grateful. Like the positive sides of healing too is just knowing that you are going to be successful. You are going to achieve your goals. You are going to elevate. You are going to do the things that you said you wanted to because you went through the hard times. Like you experienced the negativity. Once again, if you experience negativity and you're no longer being negative, you're no longer surrounding yourself with negative people, you're no longer reacting and responding in a negative manner, you will reap the benefits. It's no way you cannot be positive and not receive positive energy. You have to know that you guys have something in my eye. As you continue to be positive, as you continue to choose to do the right thing, good things are going to happen to you. Now, of course, when does it happen? When it's supposed to. You don't have to rush good things. And what I'm learning is that when something is great, it takes time. And the reason why it takes time is because you want it to last for a while. Anything that comes quickly goes quickly. Anything that you are not appreciative of, you'll appreciate it when it's gone. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. When I'm gone. When I'm gone. You guys know that song? You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. And it shouldn't have to be like that. Know that there is good people in this world. Know that you can experience great things in your life as long as you want to. As long as you want to be a good person, you'll be a good person. As long as you're doing everything that you can, things will happen when it's supposed to. And it's like, you don't have to rush being positive. Like, and you don't have to force it. You don't have to fake it. So it's like, if you got to go your way to manipulate good things to happen to you, it's not genuine. And that's the positive side of healing. Like, when you're healing and you're experiencing your abundance, it's genuine. It's authentic. You never have to worry when you're embracing the positive side. Oh, you guys heard that of your healing? Oh my gosh. Sorry, that just distracted me. You don't have to rush positivity because it's something that you have to be. And it starts with your emotions. It starts with your thoughts. So it's just like another thing when it comes to the positive side of healing is that you think better about yourself. You become more confident. You become more educated. You become more aware. Like I said, you're not as worried. You're not as paranoid. You're not as sad. You're not as depressed. Like, you know when to rest. You know when to have fun. You know when to work. You know to accept people for who they are. You know, like, what people say and do. If it's, like I said, not positive, it doesn't matter. Like, life becomes simpler. Life becomes easier. You don't have to stress as much. You learn how to trust yourself. You learn how to be confident. And you continue just to receive people and blessings and things that have the same energy. Like, there's so many benefits of healing. The freedom, emotionally, physically, financially, psychologically, like the growth, the wisdom, the discernment. Like, so many people just focus on betrayal and backstabbing and psychological warfare and dysfunction. And it's not saying that it's not necessary, but it's like, once you are aware of these things, once you watch all the other videos, this is why it's so important to watch all the other videos, take your notes, and book your services so you can be caught up. You got to move forward. Like, okay, you know? Because it's like, why keep talking about negativity if that's not what we want to experience? Because the more you talk about negativity, the more negative you become. Like, this is why what has helped me along my healing journey was to express all the negative emotions, all the negative feelings that I had, and when I was ready to release it. Because if you don't release it, if you don't learn from it, if you don't put in the work, if you don't take the time to heal, you'll constantly relive these cycles over and over and over and over again. And it's like, I don't want to do that. Like, if you feel like you've wasted time, energy, and effort, don't you think it's time for you to receive the things that you know that you are meant to receive, that you know you deserve? Like, why wait to be positive? Why wait to experience positivity if you know you're a good person? Now, if you're not the best person in the world, you could work on that because we're not here to judge you. But it's just like, once again, being positive is a choice. So it's like, there are a lot of positive effects to healing. I've mentioned some. You let me know some effects that you've had when it comes to like elevation and success. Like, what are you proud of? What are you grateful for? What have you accomplished? Because you overcome your trials and tribulations? What have you learned about yourself? What have you learned about life that's positive? And continue to focus on that. So I'm challenging you guys to do something when you watch this video, whether it's on the weekend, the weekday, November, December, January 2025 or 2026, whenever, to do something that you like and have fun when you need to have fun. Like, you don't always have to be so overwhelmed once you start to see the positive effects of healing. Like, you literally have so much freedom and so much appreciation and so much gratitude where it's just like you're just living and you know what's for you will be for you, and what's not, you're not missing out on anything. So thank you guys for watching this video all the way to the end. Once again, let me know some positive effects that you've experienced on your healing journey or just becoming better and elevating, as well as what you guys want to watch and any, topics or concerns that I didn't address. I don't know if you guys see this hair. It's like in the way. But yeah, as well as follow me on all my social media platforms. Once again, all the information is down in the description box below. Head to Instagram and on TikTok. I'm going live answering you guys' questions and concerns about this video. And book your service in your session if you're ready, okay? But yeah, there are a lot of positive effects to healing. We don't need to continue to focus on the negativity once we accept negativity and realize that maybe sometimes in the beginning, you're not always going to feel positive, but you can if you want to. You can feel positive every day or you can feel negative every day. But in order for you to feel positive and receive the positive effects of healing, you have to accept where you are and what you learned and what you've done. Okay? Love you. Bye.